And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time. I did do a quick save and reload. The mission shows is done, but the resources are missing. So it's not the end of the world. Right, because we did this transition, and then it was supposed to go back, but not take the stuff back. So it didn't leave the stuff on the moon. Stuff are not on the moon. And then for the return trip, it was to Earth orbit, and it didn't put it back in Earth orbit, obviously. It is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. That's not going to bring what bankrupts the run if the run blows up. So we'll let some time start passing. Finish missions away. And maybe if we get lucky, they'll show up. Maybe they've somehow magically been delayed by a year or something. Meantime, we are going to start making electronics on Mars and the Moon, and then I just need to bring in more noble gases. Or I suppose we're not going to be making electronics on the Moon because I don't have any noble gases. Because it ain't my noble gases. Until I can bring down another batch from one of the gas giants. Saturn has 2.7 tons. That's probably not worth doing a run up to Saturn specifically for it. Jupiter isn't gathering any nobles. So my main noble production place is, in fact, Mars. I've got a lot on Mars. And I don't think that's going to be enough to make it run negative. And the other thing you would normally use this for is electric drives. We're not running electric drives, so I have lots of noble gases here, arguably. And we're not mining it very fast. And it is going to, if we start mining very fast, run out. But that is something we can get from elsewhere. For example, Titan is a really good place of it. We're not mining it on Titan yet, but we could be mining it on Titan. 2.5 kilotons there. And even when we get to the worst deposit, that's still 2.5 megatons. So I think I'm actually going to have this Hephaestus make a run to Mars. The logic being that I can get noble gases and bring it back from the moon. I think we're going to make enough on Mars that Mars can run itself. Double window. You don't need to take any hydrogen to Mars. There you go. Electronics factory on Mars complete. So we're making electronics on Mars. 0.59 a day, and we still remain noble gas positive. And we have 12 years of rare metals. Yeah, that's pretty high production of electronics. I'm tempted to still build more. We can be a bit more aggressive with dropping rares here. And the combination of electronics and alloys here means I can basically make a lot of things here. I can make all of this, all of this, all of this. Up until the radioisotope generator, which needs the alloy, or it needs the exotic alloys, which is I've gone ahead and delayed because I don't have a good source to mine radioactives until I can do mining modules. On my existing locations. Lutetia to Luna, Lutetia to Earth. Okay. So yeah, Luna at this point is really, really asking for some nobles. Do I have enough hydrogen in orbit? Let's replan this as an orbital mission. Yeah, that'll work. Same thing. Got enough hydrogen in orbit? Yeah. Use the orbital stuff. How much hydrogen do I have, Lutetia? 1.8 kilotons. Okay, I got enough. got the Prometheus. Can I just get you to go back to Mars, or the moon for the moment? I know you somehow lost your load in the middle, but... And then, yeah, we've got all the Hephaestai either waiting for missions or on missions. And the Rain on a mission. Okay, that's all the stuff we should really be moving. Building more of you. I was making plenty of metal. Callisto. Metal production. I should continue to expand metal production, yes. Electronics factory completed on the moon. Yeah, it's not running because I have no nobles. Saying it's because I don't have enough crew, that's not correct. Not enough resource, that's why it's not running. We got the silica, we got the rares, we just no nobles. It's gonna come at this point from Mars in the short term. Do I want to go up to a whole ton of electronics? I think I do. Get another 2 electronics makers. Yeah, and we'll still be pretty noble gas positive at that point, so that's not a concern. Is that an orbit to Earth orbit? That is the Arraign arriving. Okay. So the Arraign wants to be handling people out to Titan. I've got a couple different things I can mine, and I probably do want to mine all of them. There's plenty of water here, although it's not super extractable. So I can add a little bit more water mining to improve hydroponics yield. Probably want to bring more metal in. I don't think I have more metal in... Well, I could launch more from Earth because we've disassembled some stuff. Okay, as I spin down launch rate, I'm going to reduce the number of electrolysis plants we have. I'm going to reduce it down to 10. I'm going to focus mostly on trying to bring hydrogen back to launch instead of making it here. We'll unpause for a couple days so I can get an updated water consumption. So I only need to mine 1 ton of water. So that means I only need 10 water mines, if that. Six. I need 6 of the 32, so we're gonna get rid of 26 of these. I'm gonna unpause and make sure that in fact does stay correct. Yep. Means I have even less need for crew here on Earth. I could even go so far as to reduce power. Probably better off turning in, or mothballing the facilities, not actually deleting them. Need like 45 power. That should be enough power, saving us more money. And yeah, then that gives us some metal for the Arraign to take back to Jupiter. Do I just want to launch an old orbit? Sure. We can take all 3 Pelicans to get that orbit. We can get that orbit. And then I will sell the rares. That's why we've been bringing them to Earth. And now up in Earth orbit, I have all those resources. The Arraign, which is going back to Titan. Is... how many crew? I should have enough space for 200. So that's 200 more food as well. And then I want to bring metal along. And yeah, I only really need to bring metal along. The nobles that are brought up from Earth and the alloys can actually go over to the moon with the carbon. So we just fill the rest of the cargo hold up with iron. Old metal. Needs no launch vehicle. October, so we're actually not far off the launch window, so this is good. I do not have enough supplies on board for the transit that we're using. Oops. Impulse. Optimal. I should look at the need enough supplies. There's not enough supplies. Need to back out. Back out. Get 400 days of supplies. 400 supplies. And now we got enough launch window. It is 7 years out. It's not fast. I'm because of where we're going and because we're bringing people along, I'm willing to go fast. I'm willing to spend double fuel. Get me there fast. Gets it down to 2 years, 4 months, 1 day. Okay. You're still food positive. Can you move some food to Earth? Oh, yeah, you do the minimum burnout there. Okay. There we go. Did I screw up and dump the area supplies on Earth? Yes, I screwed up and dumped the supplies on Earth. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a Pelican launch to put the supplies back in orbit. It works. Wasting some launch fuel. Okay, we're gonna do a Earth orbit to the moon using the Prometheus. Grab the alloys up there, the 105 nobles up there. Do I want to bring more metal along? Yeah, it's not really enough metal. Bring the carbon, though. Okay, so with the nobles, the electronics facility comes roaring to life because we now have nobles. It's not gonna last, well, actually, it doesn't use very much noble gases, so it's actually gonna last a decently long time, but we're gonna crank out another electronics facility, which is gonna have that time, so it's gonna be like 14 years. We are gonna need a resupply eventually. And then, yeah, we can start selling some of these electronics to Earth or saving them for satellites. Coming up soon. Glass, electronics, polymers, alloys. So actually, I basically make all of that at Mars. So assuming launching these from Mars works, we could technically build them at Mars pretty easily. Earth has alloys. It wouldn't be that hard to buy some polymers. And I have some on the moon. I don't have enough on the moon. I have some on the moon. It also wouldn't be that hard to make them out of the, the pile of carbon I have on Earth. For launching. And that would probably be cheaper than buying them from the market. And then I do want that food in orbit. Let's cancel this transit for a moment. How much? 5 tons of glass, 15 tons of electronics. Okay. Oh, actually, the thing I need to be conservative of here is I don't have... we're going to do one Pelican launch, because I only have one Pelican worth of fuel, I think. Until more people arrive... Until more fuel arrives. I'm actually short a few tons? Okay. May have scheduled a few too many launches back to back. I could probably drop some from orbit. Yeah, I could drop some from orbit. Let's drop some from orbit. Okay, now Earth orbit has enough food that we're not worried about running out of food anytime soon. I could technically put more people in the waiting room, I suppose. So let's drop the empty crew compartments and send them back uploaded. There we go. Puts more in orbit, which in theory generates more revenue for me. One of the Festas doing something. Is it at Lutetia? It's at Lutetia waiting for repairs. Okay. So I got 3K at the moon, so it's either Mars or bring back to Earth. I think I'll bring it to Mars, because we're only at 5.5 years there. You want to burn a little bit extra fuel to get there quicker. No. Optimal mini fuel. No. Again, we are slowly burning through our cash reserves. Although no, we're down below a 100,000 a month. Communication satellites are done. So to build a communication satellite, I, for example, don't think I can build them on Earth. I have to build them in space, I would assume. Communication satellites, there's an example. Glass, we've got. Electronics, I've got. Alloys, I don't, but I can launch them up. Polymers, I don't, but I can launch them up, so I can buy what I need and ship a couple. And then that arguably means I need a orbital construction if I'm going to build them in Mars. Although I could build an orbital constructor on Mars, couldn't that? Wouldn't be too hard. And then launch it. Yeah, that would be trivial to do on Mars. Build one of those for a launch from Mars. Yeah, I'm still going to launch one from Earth. We're going to launch one from Earth, see what that does to the revenue. And then I'm going to launch one from Mars and see what that does to the revenue. And if it's not a big difference, we'll probably build them all from Mars. It's a little easier to do. So I've got the alloys here. How much short on the polymer? 30 polymer. Build 30 polymer. Yeah, I don't have that on the moon. Polymer is not a lot for a test. Buy 30. 50K for a test? Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. And then Earth to Earth orbit. Payload container, 30 polymers. Move up the alloys at the same time. On the Pelican. I'm short the electronics. That's easy to sort, because I have electronics on the moon! Prometheus, please move to Earth orbit. 63 electronics. Well, actually, we'll round up. We'll do 50. And then we build us that communication satellite. So in 90 days, I'll have an idea of how valuable that communication is. If it is reasonably valuable, well, even if it's not reasonably valuable, we'll test by building one at Mars. I think I can build that anywhere. The easiest place to check to see if I can build it anywhere is to see if I can build it in Jupiter. I can build it in Jupiter. We have the stuff in Jupiter. I don't have the glass, for example. I've actually got everything except for the glass. So it would actually be really easy to build a Jupiter 2. We're not going to, but we could. Mars is the other place that makes a lot of sense. We got glass already being produced there. Got polymers already being produced there. I got alloys being produced there. Got the electronics being produced. The full set of 4 is already produced there, right? And I already have some alloys in orbit. Yeah, it's the 4 things. All of them are produced at Mars, so I can just launch them from Mars. And then over on Callisto, I don't have enough metal. Orbital construction done, built at Mars, so we need to get that orbital. What's the mix I want shipped to this? So it's 30 parts. Sat 5 glass, 25 alloy, 30 poly, and 15 electronic. That way I can figure out what sort of mix I want to launch from Mars when the Pelican goes up. Obviously, it's got to be from the stuff I already got on Mars. So we're not buying on Mars. Glass. Alloy. Poly. And electronic. I'll splurge and send up enough for like 100. Or not 100, 10 of them. I'm only sending up enough for 10, I've already got the alloy up there, so we not take the alloy up. Yeah, these are pretty cheap, so we're going to figure out how valuable these are. Communication satellite done in Earth orbit. So, 100 communication. Communication satellite capacity 100 provides 100. Okay. At least in Earth, that's what it provided. We'll queue up 10 at Mars. Got a lot of stuff arriving at Mars. Mars orbit, Mars. Was one bringing just hydrogen? One of my others just bringing hydrogen, and that might explain it being in orbit. Okay, we have a Vestas and a Prometheus arrived. And then Mars proper now has a bunch of people. Habitat space for the exact number of people it has. Good to hear. Oh, I want to bring Nobles back. That's why I brought the Hephaestus over here. Okay. Noble gas to Luna from Mars. On the Hephaestus in orbit. I had the Pelican I just used. It'll be ready in time. Year out, so we're tying up the Pelican for a month, or for a year. More than I'd probably want to do, but I can make it work. Not too bad. Oh, and I am food negative, so... quickly, now the hydroponics farm. Farm. Got a communication satellite done in Mars orbit. So yeah, communication satellite is what it says it does. It provides per strength $1 of income. Okay, so they're cheap, but they're not so cheap you want to buy them on Earth. Buy the stuff to make them. If you're making the stuff for them, they're pretty cheap to launch and build. Maybe should be a little well, I was about to say maybe should be a little concerned that the water here is going to run out. Worst case scenario, that just means I disassemble the research facility and we move the people back to Mars. I'd actually be more concerned about the carbon running out because I need it to feed Mars. Okay, Prometheus in orbit. Please basically go make the proverbial equivalent to the Martian milk run and get some carbon from Phobos. I was mining metal. It's a couple techs out, and then we'll be getting radioactives here as well. Is that the Luna to Lutetia? Or is that the Lutetia to Luna? All good questions. I think that was the Luna to Lutetia. Okay, let's have these guys bring back more rare metal. Yeah. Buy us a couple more months. I'm gonna bring it to Earth. tied up all. Test us. The rain is still making the run out to Titan. And yeah, now that we're done the milk run, we're now to like 30 years of carbon, so we're not running out anytime soon. I have 24 of the 30 working, so I suppose there's actually an argument to be making more, because I've got the metal here. We can make another, or actually make a water extractor. Get that going. We've got more crew inbound. And more metal inbound. Vacuum optimized boreheads gonna come up. Telecommunications satellite done at Mars. Using that burn rate a little bit more. 17.0. I have a feeling that that is not a linear effect then. Because I now have 5 and I'm making a lot more than 500. I would like to know the math behind that. Yeah, I would like to know the math behind that. Yeah, back, so increase mining efficiency to 25%. Next is the advanced mining methods, which is, I think, basically the exact same thing. Yeah. But behind that is the more important one, which is mining modules extract radioactives. And then we'll do improved solar into the advanced alloying techniques, and we can start making the rare metals as soon as I have a source of radioactives. I suppose the silicon's free to mine. Debating whether I should mine silicon and sell that. Stopgap. That'll buy us a few. That'll actually buy us another year. Earth orbit arrived at Titan. So there we go, we got the crew. And I have a Cronus that can come by and pick stuff up. Don't really... Actually, I would probably want to pick up the crew compartment. Yeah, let's have the Saturn Kronos do a run. Bring along 2... These do way more. We'll treat it like we'd have a Pelican. I'll bring Prometheus dropping us over a Pelican. We'll bring 800 on. And then, does Titan orbit have a decent amount of hydrogen? It does. Okay, so the rain, please go to Saturn. We basically don't need any fuel. Actually, no, we'll leave you in orbit until the Kronos gets the cargo to orbit. Oops. Kronos. Add the module, crew compartment type S, empty. Take all those back with us, and add module, crew compartment type L, empty. Take both of those back with us. Needs no launch vehicle because there's a Kronos. To orbit you go. And then the Kronos goes to Saturn. Empty. In case I need more fuel or need to do the launch or anything like that. I'm not sure which of the buddies we'll be interacting with next. We'll go pop back at the gas station. And then the Rain will also go to Saturn, but it will not be going empty. It will be taking the empty modules. And then coming back to Earth, the empty modules. Oh, you mean a Saturn? Optimal window. Oh, I could stack you up with a bunch of fuel for the return trip as well. Let's do that. Do you want to take the nitrogen and noble gases along? Yes. I don't want to take the helium, but I'll take the noble gas. I'll take the 5 tons of U. Take the 140 tons of U, and then we fill up the rest of the cargo tank with hydrogen. And this is a little bit more hungry. Basically got to take the optimal transfer, which is fine. Okay, and at Luna, I've got the noble gas we need for centuries at the current consumption rate. Don't have that much rare metal. So we'll run out of the rare metal first, which is probably the thing to run out of first. Yeah, communication satellite value is going up and up and up. That's making me think it might be worth shipping another batch of stuff to orbit. It wouldn't be that hard. Get another 10 going to Mars. The more money I make, the longer the money lasts. Let's, using an orbital payload, just get enough up there for another batch. So, glass, alloy. Actually, I don't need the alloy because it's 250 up there. I'm gonna do another 10. I don't need the alloy up there. Poly and electronic. So I'm gonna do another 10. It's 150, 350. implied that Mars orbit obviously has no geologic activity. That makes sense. Venus, I assume, does. No. Interesting. Would have assumed that Mars or Mercury, or Venus or Mercury had geologic activity. We know Io does. Extreme volcanic activity decreases habitability, but can be used to produce energy. No geothermal on Earth. Interesting. Okay, so I've got 4 scheduled missions that aren't launched yet. Callisto, before I forget, should continue to try to make more metal mines. More communication hubs. Get another one going. The more we make, the quicker they go. The quicker they go, the more I can be tempted to do more alloys. Saturn, Titan. It's not food positive right now, so let's get another hydroponics farm going. And another water ice extractor going. Yeah, I suppose if I'm really desperate, I can have Festus in orbit. Supposed to be Prometheus. The Prometheus is still in Earth orbit. Prometheus is still in Earth orbit. Could have the Prometheus, or I suppose the Festus. Wait, I thought I had 4 for Festus on. Got 3. Okay, so the 4th one is a moon. I should do something with the 4th one. You should probably do a hydrogen gas run. Don't run out of gas. In the meantime, I suppose I can try doing the emotional support gas trick on Io. So I've got oxygen on Earth, we're bringing a little bit of nitrogen in, release a little bit of combo on Io to make a breathable atmosphere, quote-unquote breathable atmosphere, and see what that does to the habitability. Because if I can make this human habitable, then I can come do manual mining of the radioactives. And I suppose I can do that trick kind of on a couple other bodies, so it may make sense to bring up a ton of oxygen up here, right? Because all of these can be modified really easily by bringing some nitrogen in from Jupiter. Oh, I can't bring nitrogen because it's not making any. That's not the gas I have here. No, that is the gas I have here. It's not. I'm not making nobles. I'm making nitrogen. Okay, so I released some nitrogen, like 80 tons of nitrogen, 20 tons of oxygen on each of the planets here. So you have no atmosphere. So it'd be really easy to modify it to something that's quote-unquote would be breathable. Same thing here, no atmosphere. Ganymede. Same thing, no atmosphere. Callisto, same thing, no atmosphere, just... Oh, actually, here I have some atmosphere, just a little bit of water. I can work with that. I can work with that. But yeah, drag some oxygen up on the next trip. And we'll see how powerful the emotional support gas is. More communication satellites. Advanced mining methods complete. Anti-project farm completed on Titan. Titan food positive now. Yes. And it actually arguably doesn't need that water mine, but we're going to complete the water mine anyway. Okay, then other mines. If we're ever going to make Titan habitable, the Titan atmosphere needs to not be made of flammable gas. So that's got to change. Nitrogen. One of the best places to mine nitrogen. Noble gases. One of the best places to mine noble gases. So we're going to mine those three. Makes that simple. I think I got the power for all of that. Anyway, none of these we're going to do anything with here. But we're going to mine them all. So as long as I got crew and I got power, we mine. Fuel. Nitrogen. Noble. And I have 9 power, so I can do 4 of each. And 4 of each would be 12. So that'd be 60 crew, and I have enough crew, so that's fine. And in fact, I have too much metal here, but that's fine. I can always pick that up and put it on all the other planets in the area. Jupiter Callisto, I am still technically making alloys slowly. I have basically all my cargo ships flying, so there's not much to futz with. Let some time pass, as I'm worryingly staring at the ever-decreasing cash load. Although in theory I've got like 2-3 million coming in from Lutetia. Satellite done. There's our Lutetia run. Flammable gases. The wrong green thing. 1 more million. That didn't actually, that sold half of it. And so one of those Hephaestai wants to go back to Lutetia. The other one I want to send to... Just realizing my oxygen's on Earth. The Luna one. I can grab the Luna oxygen. Yes. I can take that to Jupiter. Let's do that. Give you my emotional sword gas. There's more rares being willing to be bought on Earth, so we'll sell those. Another 1 million. Buys me another year or 2. Earth orbit, Luna orbit. Hephaestus to Jupiter. Bring the hydrogen, or bring the oxygen, not the hydrogen. We're going to the hydrogen. 1.5k tons of oxygen. Out to Jupiter's. Optimal transit. Try to minimize how much oxygen you're taking with you. What's the price of electronics on Earth? I'm going to say enough. Okay, so Prometheus. Luna. Luna, I have enough electronics. Fill the ship up. Oh, and we have another one arriving to Earth? The other mission I've planned for... Oh, that's the one coming back from Saturn. That's nice to know. Okay. So let's actually sell those electronics off, buy us a little bit more time. 2.66 million. Okay, so... Apparently making electronics on the moon is a good way to make money. So the rain has arrived with the crew compartments back. Don't think I need more out at Saturn right away. Oh, there is the argument to return to Saturn regardless, but that would be to retrieve A, B, and C. Yes, that would be to retrieve A, B, and C. Okay. I think I will have a rain make the transit out to Saturn. Not bringing anything with me. Just going to Saturn. Optimal transit. Take nothing with you. I could technically... This actually probably would be a situation where I could do constant acceleration. No. We have it as an option on the array, and we're just not fuel efficient enough. Because this is running empty, so... Running empty isn't fuel efficient enough for constant propulsion. I cannot make it to Saturn under it. I probably could do with Mars. Mars is probably close enough. We're not fusion ship level yet with the fission. The fission's not getting any better at this point. More communication satellites launching at Mars. Probably about time to launch the next batch. Yeah, that definitely doesn't add up very quick, because I'm running at the speed of a single orbital constructor. But they're cheap enough I can just keep printing them off with space resources, so I'll keep printing them off with space resources. No, I sold the fuel on Earth. I never got around to the one on Mars. I've got some old fuel left on Mars. This is Earth to Mars. Orbital payload. Add not modules. Resources. Glass. Now I'm gonna have to send up alloys because we used up all the alloys. Poly. And electronics. And actually, the thing I'm gonna be limited on is the polymers. So I'm going to do 8. as I'm doing the mental math on these. Sorry if it's taken a little while there. I'm like, cannot remember what's what. So 5 times 8 is 40. 25 times 8 is 200. I did the math from the polymers, and then half the polymers is electronics. On the Pelican to orbit. It may make sense to then get some metal to orbit in the next Pelican launch. I was about to say, so I could do polymer making on Phobos, but I already have metal on Phobos because Phobos mines metal. So what I need is I get the alloy up there, because I need alloy for polymer, or for the polymer maker, right? Yes, the polymer maker is alloy, so I'll have to do a polymer launch on the next one, not metal. In fact, I almost have so much metal on Phobos, I need to transport that to Mars. Because Mars could actually make use of it. Although Mars would need a lot of power to make use of it. More communication satellites. I don't think we're making so much that that's going to be the effects alone. Although it is taking the pain off of it a little bit. Anyway, all the big haulers are in transit. Communications done at Mars. Oh yeah, because every 90 days I get one done. Communications satellite done at Mars again. Is that not going up anymore? That would be unfortunate if there's a cap and it doesn't tell you. Ah. 1739. 1738. It's based on the amount of population you have on the body. Oh, that changes the math then. That really changes the math. So it makes sense maybe to launch a little bit more over Earth because I've got 394 there. And I'm not sure if it plays off, it might play off of the world government as well. Might be everyone, so not just yours. But obviously I need more people on Mars to take advantage of my Martian communication now. Okay, in the meantime, please only pay for 18 of these. Because we're not getting any returns. Although these are free. These are free to upkeep, okay, so we just leave them on. And if we go back to contemplating Mars, I'm gonna have 28 of these. So it would be nice to probably have just over 2,800 people on Mars, if that's the case. That's another 11 habitats. Say 12 habitats. And then we just start bringing people in. I have Vestas in orbit. One of my guys is sitting here idle. What do I want the Hephaestus I have in orbit to do? Oh, you're here for the auction. Take it up to Jupiter. Okay, and the Prometheus is going to go back to Earth. Orbit. With the crew modules empty, so I can go get more crew. Because I've realized I now need more crew to use my communication satellites to the best. I can't do that because I've tied up the Pelican. Okay. Okay. You. Cancel that. Pelican. Your job. Push stuff to orbit. So I don't have my ships waiting for you. Because I can do all the orders I want at the same time. Because of the launch capacity, because there's no atmosphere on Mars is real good. Just do both the jobs at the same time. Okay, and then I can come in and tell the Festus. Make sure this is a Mars orbit or Festus, Jupiter. Then Prometheus. Earth orbit. With the Prometheus. And the empty modules. Apparently I missed the window. But if I miss the window and like getting the best window is pay a little extra. The closest window. Closest end of the missed window. That works. Okay. Off it goes. Earth arrived at Lutetia. And I've got oxygen here. Oh, this is really more rare metals. There's maybe an argument at this point I'm better off dragging the rare metals to a place where I make electronics and drag the electronics back to Earth. I buy that argument. So take that to Mars. Give you a little bit more hydrogen to go faster. No. It's not really saving us any time. Okay, use minimum fuel. And if I need more money, I can sell more... in a pinch, I can sell more electronics from the Moon. Or can sell some of the accumulated carbon on Earth. Communication satellite on Mars orbit, done. This is reminding me I should build out, although it's going to be after all these habitats, continue building out solar arrays. And automated fissile coming soon. There we go. So there's the automated fissile extraction. So Io is now extracting half a ton of fissiles a day. That's good. Proof solar cells is a year out. Are there any of these missions I want to wait for? I'm tempted to wait for the emotional support gas to arrive. No, I'm already 10 minutes over. And that's scheduled to leave. It hasn't even left yet. So, no, we're taking the part break here. So, I think things are going well. I'm having to penny pinch at this point, which is what's slowing us down. Although I have the fuel capacity and I have the resources scattered across the solar system, that I am not really at risk of running out as long as I think ahead and bring the supplies to Earth in time. I'm about half of my expenses in sustainable income, which is colonists and communication satellites. I have learned how the communication satellites partially work, although I don't know if it includes the Earth population. If it includes the Earth population, the world government population, which is 8 million, then you should really be building it at Earth, and not Mars and stuff. In fact, I suppose I can check that. What is... No, because it's showing me what I'm being paid, not what it's worth. And what am I missing from building more here? Polymers. I have to bring polymers in. Which I could do... I could also just make that on Earth. That wouldn't be too hard to make on Earth. And I've got a big glass stockpile already up here. We'll think about that in the future. But yeah, I hope you have been enjoying. The run will continue. This is the end of the stream, not the end of the run. Honestly, other than getting through all the contracts, my sort of personal goal for the run is to get through all the contracts and get the monthly balance positive. Not super positive, but just positive. And we're actually about halfway there, so I think that's very doable. In fact, if anything, that's actually kind of trumping the contracts right now, because the interstellar travel here is fusion tech, which actually is to use anything for fusion tech is to break the rules. So that's down the line. I'm not super rushing to that. And this would pay out real well. Artificial magnetosphere for Mars would pay out real well. But it's also really expensive, right? We're looking. I can go over to Mars to check that. We're looking to build this bad boy, which is 36 kilotons of metal. So it's 10 times more metal than I have on Mars right now. That's actually not very hard, but I need more than one of those. I either need the alloy, multiple versions of the alloy of that one, or I need multiple of that one. So building one of those is not that hard. I've actually got the metal basically between Lutetia and Mars and a few other places. So the metal is not that hard to build one. I need to build 7. And that's the hard part. 7 is the hard part. Which is why I'm not rushing for that. I need to stem the bleeding, let's say. So that we have the time to do that. So I think it's not going to be too hard. That also costs power. That's why we're doing improved solar cells right now. Going to go into the exotic alloys after that. And then I'm running down the power techs, in particular the orbital power. I think I can run out to Mercury and set up orbital power on Mercury. To get enough power. That is, I think, the plan. But yeah, this is the state of the run. The run is going well. We've got all the Fission spaceships. We've got a little bit more variety I can test out with the Fission launch vehicles. But really, when it comes to the Fission launch vehicles, the only place that needs the tonnage is Earth. Yeah, the only place that really needs the tonnage is Earth. Everything else can probably run off of Kronos, which is probably what we'll end up doing. So yeah, I hope everyone has been enjoying. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. I am recording this one day earlier than normal because tomorrow will be Shadow Empire, and there was an ongoing poll for Shadow Empire. If you're watching this on YouTube, obviously it's too late to vote in the poll for that because the poll closes early tomorrow, and this part won't go live for 7 days. So if you missed the poll, sorry. If you're watching this live on Twitch, you can still go vote in the poll while the stream is live. It'll be up for a little bit of tomorrow as well. Tomorrow, and with that, I'll go into the schedule. Tomorrow is Shadow Empire. Monday will be Old World. Tuesday will be Factorio. Wednesday will be Shadow Empire. Thursday is when we'll be back on Solar Expanse. So that is the next 5 days. Shadow Empire and Solar Expanse obviously flip back to where they should be in the schedule. And because Shadow Empire is actually delayed today, I've got a really short turnaround on getting the Shadow Empire episodes out. So hopefully I don't miss the first one. The first one might be a little late. But yeah, that's the upcoming schedule. I hope everyone has been enjoying, whether you're watching this live on YouTube or later on Twitch. If you're watching this on Twitch, this is the last opportunity to get comments responded to while the stream is live, as I'll do a quick refresh after I end the YouTube recording and put the save in the game for comments. If you're watching later on the Twitch VOD or on YouTube, feel free to leave comments on YouTube. I do try to respond to all the comments on YouTube. So with that, I am going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.